Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with a new Samsung thoughts, analysis, and rant. So, can't believe I'm gonna go through this because I was anticipating on purchasing the newly announced Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5. Yes, the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 5 and also the Galaxy Z Fold 5 has been recently announced and also shown off in the Samsung Unpacked. And so, let me give you my thoughts, analysis, and rant of the Galaxy Z Flip 5. My thoughts, well, I am absolutely disappointed on the Flip 5. Absolutely disappointed. I was ready to pre-order because I was expecting a lot, especially with Samsung having to put a lot of technology in one device. Doesn't matter. As of right now, I have the Samsung S21, the base model S21, due to the smaller and more compact body. No more of the Zenfone 9. I was using the Zenfone 9 as of last year, but now I'm using the S21. So, the Flip 5, absolutely disappointed. Honestly, if you have the Flip 4 and you can actually get the Flip 5 due to a trade-in, I think you should get it because it's actually a great deal. You can actually get the Flip 5 for $100 once you trade in the Flip 4. But if you're gonna pay $1,000 or even $800 or even $700 on the Flip 5, don't even get it. It's not worth it. It's not even worth using if you have the Ultra or the S23 Plus. I'm sorry. I have the S23 base model, not the S21. Let me correct myself. I have the S23 base model. But going back to the Flip 5, it is absolutely a terrible upgrade. Just terrible and all across the board. I'll get to that rant, and I cannot wait to get to that rant. But in the end, it is an absolutely travesty. It's not a worthy upgrade. But again, if you have the Flip 4, I do think you should get the Flip 5 because you can get the Flip 5 only $400 after you trade it. But overall, it's a terrible update. It's a terrible phone. Unbelievable. So let's get to the specs. Obviously, this has 5G. This also has a nano SIM with eSIM if you're into using dual SIM. I do prefer dual physical SIM. It has a Gorilla Victus 2 on the front. So the front has a 3-inch screen, which is pretty cool. They finally upgraded the front screen, and also the resolution. It is now 1080 by 2640, which is 426 pixel per inch, 6.7 inch screen when it's unfolded or when you fold it. I'm sorry about that. When you fold it, it has a AMOLED 2x 120 Hz screen that's adaptive, 1200 nits brightness. Also 1200 nits is actually peak. Comes with Android 13. Comes with Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, which is pretty good. Not only that, has the performance and also the battery life that comes with. Adreno 740. It will come storage wise 256 with 8 gigs of RAM, 512 gig with 8 gigs of RAM. UFS 4.0, that's the storage. The camera has not changed. So it has 12 megapixels f1.8 with dual pixel with OIS, 12 megapixel f2.2, that's ultra wide with no OIS. Video will be 4K 3060 and then 1080 60 to 40 will probably have 30 and 24. 720 will have 960 frames per second max. It comes HDR10, and then the selfie camera has 10 megapixel f2.2 with no OIS. It's pretty obvious it has not changed. It can shoot 4K up to 30 frames per second. It will come with stereo speakers. It does not come with true headphone jack, which is too bad. It will come with Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.3. That's actually pretty good. Comes with GPS. The battery has stayed the same, 3700 milliamps. It can charge up to 25 watts, 50% in 30 minutes. Not only that, here we go. It will not come with DeX. It still uses the USB 2.0 transfer speed. It will come at a price of $1,000. Depending on where you are, it could be $1,200 or $1,300 in the world. Boring colors. It will come with mint, graphite, and cream and lavender, and that's about it. There's also an exclusive colors online that will come in gray, blue, green, and yellow. Yellow maybe I was actually about to get the yellow until I found out it does not come with DeX. It is only USB 2.0. No change in the camera. Unbelievable. I was ready. In terms of analysis, basically from all of the hands-on impression, even from the forums, message board, people are absolutely disappointed with this. The only saving grace is the price is kept the same, $1,000. That's probably for 256 8 gigs. Honestly, this is not gonna move market share. Motorola has basically took the market share from Samsung in terms of the flip phones sector of the smartphone industry. I'm not gonna say it's gonna take all of it. It's probably gonna people are probably persuaded by the Motorola Razr. If I had to pick which Razr, I pick the base Razr. In terms of battery, I actually think that's the best flip phone to buy. But in terms of the Flip 5, all across the board, people are gonna be disappointed. I've said it again. If you have a Flip 4, you should get it. You should upgrade it because of the pricing. You can get the Flip 5 for $100 once you trade in your Flip 4. And in terms of the market share, it's either going to decrease or it's going to stay the same. In terms of innovation alone, people are going to be disappointed. If you look at Samsung's front splash screen of the Galaxy Z Flip5, it says mini phone, mighty innovation. Where's the innovation? I'm trying to understand. I actually thought Motorola had the innovation, but I'm trying to understand where's the innovation in this. I mean, maybe the phone can finally fold flat. Maybe. But man, a lot of people are disappointed on this. It's pretty obvious that the market is not responding well to this phone. On to the rant. It's gonna be a long list. First and foremost, the camera lens has stayed the same, no change. Boring colors. Really? Mint, graphite, and cream? No DeX. You know how many people would love to have a small, compact phone that can use DeX? This phone and this processor is capable. Think about it. If my S23 base model can do DeX, I don't understand why this cannot do DeX. It has USB 2.0. I mean, think about it. If you're shooting 4K recording, I mean, I would think that using a wired connection is just faster in terms of transfer. But instead, it's going to slow down. It's very slow because it's using the USB 2.0. That's been with us for the last 30 years. They could not get a USB 3.2. Another thing is that I'll give them this. The front screen, you can do whatever you want with the front screen. It's also bigger too. But if you're gonna reply to a text message or any messages at all, you can only use Samsung keyboard. You cannot use any other keyboard. If you fold the phone, if you unfold, if you open the phone, you can use whatever keyboard you want. You cannot use any keyboard on the front screen. That's unbelievable. That is absolutely disgusting that Samsung decided to do that. I'm sure they're gonna do some software update that you can use any type of keyboard you want. But as of right now, that is absolutely not acceptable. Same battery capacity, 3700 milliamps, same as the Flip 4. Really? You cannot make it to 4000 instead. It would have been nice if you just make it 3800 milliamps. But why stick with the same? Especially you have a bigger front screen. Samsung is saying you won't need to open the phone. Basically, most of your communication will happen in the front screen. Yeah, I understand that. Then, if that's the case, what's the point of opening the phone then? It's pretty obvious that people are gonna use the front screen and also the main screen, whether it be taking pictures, looking at news, maybe doing some little bit of work, emails, maybe watching a video. It could be anything. But that is absolutely ridiculous. This is an absolute disappointment. Those are my rants, but this is an absolute disappointment. Not only that, the durability has not changed based on the hands-on impression I've seen. Especially shout out to Mr. Mobile. In terms of flip phones, I think he's probably the best person to watch. It's pretty obvious that in terms of durability, Samsung has been making broken promises. Samsung did say that you can get a free screen protector replacement for free, but only one time. So, to conclude, as I've said in the beginning, it is an absolute disappointment. It's a travesty. It's a terrible upgrade from the Flip 4. And I'll say it again. If you have a Flip 4, you should upgrade it to Flip 5 because it's only $100 once you trade in your Flip 4. But for those who are looking into buying a Flip 5 outright, it is not worth that $1,000 price. It's not even worth $800. If it goes down to $600, $700, sure, maybe. But really, they could have done so much with this. I would have loved to see DeX. I would love to see USB 3.2. I would have loved to see new camera lens because I was ready to pre-order this phone. Even I. But apparently Samsung did not do anything. And not only that, the Fold 5 is also a disappointment. I will get to that later, or another video. That's basically another topic on its own. But this is the thoughts, analysis, and rant on the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip5. What do you think? Do you like this phone? Is it worth the upgrade? Do you find it terrible as I do? Let me know down. Let me know. And so, this is the thoughts, analysis, and rant of the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip5. I will see you on another thoughts, analysis, and rant. Bye-bye.